Titian, full name Tiziano Valicio, was born around 1590 in the Dolomites to a poor family in a small town. Little is known about his childhood other than that he moved to Venice around the age of 10 to study art. While in Venice, he worked in various workshops, including the great mosaicist Bastiano Zuccato and the painter Giovanni Bellini, until he opened his own art studio in 1510. His earliest major work of art were the frescoes he painted on the Scuola del Santo in 1511, and in 1518 he painted his most famous piece, the Assumption of the Virgin Mary. The Assumption of the Virgin Mary was painted as the altarpiece for the high altar of the Franciscan church Santa Maria Gloriosa dei Frari in Venice. The painting is 22 feet tall and stands directly behind the altar of the church. The painting was made around the time a widespread cult devoted to the Virgin Mary was at its height in Europe, and the composition of this piece reflects the influence that following had on European art at the time. The work depicts the ascension of Mary to heaven as she is carried by multiple angels into the waiting arms of God. Near the bottom, the apostles reach up as if to pull her back to earth, including St. Peter, the leader of the 12 apostles of Jesus, and St. Thomas, an apostle who had initially disbelieved in Jesus' divinity. The painting can easily be separated into three distinct parts. At the bottom are the apostles, above them Mary being carried by angels, and at the very top is God himself waiting for Mary to come to him. It's meant to be viewed in one of three ways. Firstly, the most obvious view is to view it from the bottom up, like a triangle, starting at the red robes of the apostles, going up to Mary, and finishing at God, forming a triangle that draws the viewer's eyes upward while the painting steadily becomes more and more divine. This is harder to see on a small screen, but very obvious when it's in its large form. The less obvious viewing starts right in the center with the Madonna and her vibrant blue shawl. From there, the viewer will follow the circle of angels up to God and then back down to the bottom of the painting, the apostles. While this is the less obvious viewing pattern, it makes more sense, starting with the most prominent feature of the painting, Mary, going up to the most important person in the painting, God, and then following all the way back down to view all the small details Titian included in the piece. His unveiling of the painting was attended by the likes of Holy Roman Emperor Charles V. This put him in good graces with the church, and they commissioned him a second time to paint another piece in the exact same church. His fame surrounding these paintings led to the Assumption of the Virgin Mary defining Venetian painting norms all the way into the late 18th century. Titian's success with the painting also landed him a seat as the principal painter for the Holy Roman Court under Charles V, and he served in many courts across Europe and Italy, painting things like the Alabaster Cabinet. As he got older, Titian's artwork became more and more insane. This is made clear by one of his latest works of art, an allegory of prudence. Titian eventually died at the old age of 86 to the Black Plague after completing almost 260 paintings and drawings throughout his life.